Alright, so we're starting Sotheby's
The good
quest.
thing about getting a digital emu as your pet is you don't pay for her fodder. Just
So, Sotheby's quest, the ladies' etiquette. I got 2 more days and 6 hours left. Alright. Sotheby's Anecdote, the ladies' etiquette. Let's start the story. Yeah. Part 1, Dining Etiquette. First, then, and finally, the order matters, the arrangement matters, and the materials matter. Wait, what was that thing you said, darling? The Ladies' Code of Conduct, Revised Edition, Chapter 1, Dining Etiquette. When attending formal dining occasions, one must wear a hat and gloves. So that's why Sotheby always wears that. Do I really need to wear a hat, Miss Sotheby? To Miss Sotheby's dinner party? I've never been to such a high-class event before. No. Think again. Think again. The desire to meet the standards of others is one that even a child isn't spared from. The nervous little girl takes off her scout's cap, reluctantly putting it back in the closet. Maybe I should change into something else. Mr. Apple Complete Guide to Education and Social Etiquette says that it's important to follow the dress code of a formal dinner. That's right. You have to be meticulous is how you present yourself to avoid leaving a bad impression. She rummaged through her things and pulls out a crumpled little dress, a birthday gift from her father when she was 11. Even during the height of the war, her father planned out every gift his daughter would receive at each age. She wipes the sweat off her palm onto the dress as she looks at herself in the mirror. That's strange. There should be a something bow here. A cute, soft one. Perfect for a dinner party. What if I picked 2 leaves from outside to fashion them into a bow? No, I mustn't think like that. A scout would never damage public property. The alarm cuts through her deliberation, reminding her of how little time she has left to decide. Uh-oh! Time's up! She stops the alarm and dashes out the door. 2. When attending important events, one must never be late or early. Miss Sotheby! Where's Miss Sotheby's room? Oh goodness. Slow down, child. Ah, Miss Eagle! Come on, dear. Wait, come on now, dear. The more anxious you are, the more you ought to relax. Take a deep breath and slow down. Miss Moses smiles as she watches Eagle regulates her breathing, her little flushed face gradually returning to its normal color. Sorry, Miss Mizzen. I didn't mean to be rushing around. It's just that Miss Sotheby invited me to her dinner party, and I have to be on time. Miss Mosaic checks her watch. A dinner party? Then you might as well be late already. Generally, a formal dinner party starts at 8 o'clock sharp. It's now 8:01. You'll be... Before she finishes her sentence, Eagle has already dashed off to the hallway. 3. Cutlery must be arranged according to specific standards at any formal dinner party. La la di la. Teaspoons, egg spoons, melon spoons, grapefruit spoons. This room is always lively, hosting parties and dinners for all kinds of friends. The hostess of the room is wearing a fancy green satin hat, and her jewelry shows her signature sparkles of the Corona Borealis brand. Her heels clack as she makes her way around the table to arrange the cutlery. Footsteps echoes from the hallway, growing louder as they approach. Reporting. I'm so sorry. It's my first time attending such a fancy dinner party, and I'm afraid of making mistakes. I studied every page of the complete guide of education and social etiquette, but the rules are still too complicated for me. Wait, no. A good scout shouldn't make excuses for their mistakes. I broke the etiquette rule, so go ahead and punish me. I'll do 100 push-ups. No, 1,000. Come sit. The twins, Lisa and Louise, sit at the table, eagerly waiting for the dinner to start. The hostess of the room spins around and stops in front of Eagle. The little scout's ears turn red with embarrassment. Oh, you're here. How wonderful it is to see you, my dear friend. She gives Eagle a welcoming smile. One must stand behind one's chair and wait for the host or hostess to sit first. When entering and leaving one's seat, one must enter from the left and exit from the right. Eagle stands behind her chair, nervously waiting for the hostess to sit down. Huh? What's that grumbling sound? It can't be a Carpoco licking his fur, so it must be someone's stomach growling. The anticipation seems to reach its peak, as everyone is waiting for the dinner to begin. Eagle swallows, wondering what delicious food they'll be feasting on. Sotheby turns around, takes her seat, and looks around the room, nodding in satisfaction. Alright, let's get started, shall we? A strange-looking black doll stumbles out of the kitchen, carrying far more food in its arms than it can possibly handle. This is our appetizers, nachos covered with a delicious powdered cheese. The doll jumps onto the table, scattering nachos everywhere as it frantically pours the chips into Lisa and Louise's bowl. Whoa, yummy! Go ahead and dip it in the sticky snot syrup. It's delicious. Having distributed the food, the little black dog slyly grabs a nacho and quietly puts it in its mouth. The little scout's eyes widen. Huh? Ahem. And these are? But she quickly falls silent, apparently commenting on the dishes also against etiquette. Next up, we have our mini mischief mint chocolate and Papa Rock rainbow candy. Give them a try. They come in all sorts of different flavors. Some taste like dragonflies and morning dew, and others make you croak like a frog. The hostess continues, overwhelmed by her excitement. Oh, and there's more. Does anyone here else miss the little bear cookies from the biscuit company? Well, I have them. Aren't they cute? This one looks like a snowman, and this one over here, it looks like a burial lizard, don't you think? No one dares touch the cutlery. Even the twins exchange puzzled glances. Oh, and the high anticipated main course, popping candy popcorn. The unique creation by Sotheby herself. They puff up like little clouds and burst into magical carbonated bubbles. They'll make you want to bounce up and down, and you see a rainbow. And a pair of these with cupcakes. They'll make for a sensational taste experience. Her introduction is over. Sotheby kisses the little black doll she has infused with her arcane skill. Thank you, Typhoon. The doll deflates like a balloon. Before long, it's lying limp on her leg. Sotheby hangs it back on her pocket watch. Excuse me. Is this what we're going to eat now? Of course. Why else would I host a formal dinner party? But, Miss Sotheby, haven't you noticed these are all snacks? Yes, they're snacks. The greatest snacks ever. So, we're eating snacks for dinner? The officers in the barrack called the energy-draining junk food. Junk food? If by that means amazing delicious, then yes. It's junk food. She blinks. Her natural optimism rolls in her large green eyes. And forks a cookie into her mouth. Yeah, Ego is. And she's like, this is not dinner. It's just snacks. Meanwhile, the serious little scout holds her knife and fork, staring at the assortment of candy, chocolate, and nachos on her plate, unsure how to proceed. Huh? What's wrong? Why aren't you eating? Yes, why aren't you? It's so hard to find snacks like these in the suitcase. I don't want to eat snacks. A scout should focus on nutrition, not candy and chocolate. Oh, really? But I heard what you talk about in your sleep. Indeed, Eagle's father once left her a bag of Papa Rock rainbow candy, and she indulged in every single one. Oh, that. The guilty little scout is speechless. So I made these for everyone. It wasn't hard. I can mimic the Nabisco company's product to a T. Ego looks up in shock at the Edusium hostess. You made all these snacks yourself? Yes, Lady Sotheby made them all herself. In the midst of the conversation, no one has noticed that the popping candy popcorn has been slowly expanding all this time. Haas' steam has started to rise from it. But Sotheby is too lost in the excitement of the conversation. Popping candy popcorn is my latest creation. You know, I work ever so hard on it. It took me 38 failed experiments to finally land on the perfect one. But this number 39 is a perfect formula. It has... Oh, another failed experiment. Had a delay reaction. Bang! The dish at the center of the table explodes, filling the room with smoke. What? What's happening? It exploded. It exploded. Melly, now the coughing goes well with the game. An explosion? From where? Wait, what do you mean? The number Sanku is not it. Well, time for... Wait, what do you mean number? What's that? I don't know. The main course, the popping candy popcorn, exploded. Yeah, Millie, it's too much smoke. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. Sanku is 39 in Japanese. Impossible. Popping candy popcorn is the result of a long experimentation. It couldn't possibly just... She quickly pulls the explosive snack from the depths of the smoke and throws it out the window, still in disbelief at what has happened. Boom! A blaze ignites in the wilderness outside. Will Miss Vinton get mad at us for damaging public property? A sorrow envelopes the room, with some worrying about being scolded by the landlord, and other realizing the 39 experiment has ended in failure. Why did this happen? The calcium carbonate mixture and bubble essence didn't work together, but it already increased the dosage. As the thick smoke clears, it reveals a large hole that has been blasted in the wall of Sotheby's room. On the other side is Sotheby's neighbor, sitting on the ledge of her bed. She is extremely thin and pale and wearing a nightgown. She has a metallic drip by her side and a bandage in her arms and legs. She leans over to look at the scene of the incident. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but popcorn is made from corn. What did you say? The earlier explosion has caused a brief ringing in Sotheby's ears. It's like this. The pale girl tries to raise her voice, but the sound that comes from her throat is still faint. Popcorn is made from corn. Her gentle nasal voice lingers in the air before dissipating with the smoke. Lisa and Louise looks at Costello, soot all over their faces. Wow. Sotheby is stunned by the statement. That's the most interesting thing I heard for a while. So part 2, social etiquette. The destination we seek, the distance evening ahead, the long anticipated moment. Popping candy popcorn. Once you put it in your mouth, it will dance, fight, drum, or do anything else it wants to on your tongue. After all, there are all kinds of little accidents before its final recipe was found. So, who knows what will happen? This failure is a great setback, at least for Sotheby. Madam Z has approved our application for repair and subsidy funds. Also, since we performed well in previous tasks and solved a number of problems, the foundation approved some additional compensation. I'm thinking we could use these funds to buy daily snacks. How about that? Yay! Finally some real snacks to eat! This apple quite enjoys tasting snacks from various times. It is said that different snacks can have a variety of effects on our emotions. It seems that everyone is delighted with the timekeeper's idea of providing plenty of snacks. All except one. Miss Sotheby, you look distracted. What are you thinking about? Oh. What was I thinking about? Sotheby, could you come with me for a moment? I don't mind about the damage to the suitcase. It won't take long to fix. But I do wish you could talk to Miss Costello. She's still undergoing treatment and still really needs a quiet environment to recuperate. Having explosions go off in the room next door isn't really appropriate, is it? No, it isn't. I'm sorry. She drops her head, The large feather in her hat quivers as she holds back her emotions. I never thought my dinner party would have such a negative impact. This is not very becoming of a lady. Cristillo, who was sitting on the bed nearby, slowly closed her book. Actually, it felt great when I woke up this morning. I think the explosion yesterday may have given me the adrenaline rush. I feel much more energized. Interesting. I certainly didn't expect that. Look, this is my physical examination reports from this morning. Everything's almost up to standard. A knock at the door interrupts them. Timekeeper, it's time to go. Madame Z has been waiting for a while. Just a moment, said Sonata. The two girls before her leans against each other, looking up innocently. Alright, maybe it's best if I'm not here. I hope you two can become friends. Don't worry, we will. Sotheby returns to her cheerful self. She enjoys taking a task. Vertin nods, satisfied with their answer. She leaves, closing the door behind her with a soft click. A somewhat restrained silence permeates the room. The two girls exchange looks, kindness and curiosity on their faces. The pale girl breaks the ice. Stacks, right? No. Her voice carries both gratitude for the choice of topic and excitement of having had the ice broken. So, you know that popcorn comes from a tall plant called wild Mexican corn, right? Sotheby's eyes widen with excitement. I think it was around 7,000 years ago that these plants were cultivated by the Native Americans. Each corn kernel is encased with a hard shell, and then as it heats up, the core expands. When the temperature reaches a certain point, the internal pressure exceeds the shell's resistance, causing it to pop. When the hot starch and water vapors reach the cold air outside the shell, it cools quickly and forms a cloud-like shape. Wow. So, if it's not too much trouble, could I have the honor of tasting your popping candy popcorn? Sotheby looks at her for a long time. Well, of course. The Ladies' Code of Conduct, Revised Edition, Chapter 2, Social Etiquette. Never lose composure while in company. One must always maintain a ladylike appearance. Careful, careful, careful. The latest batch of experimental popping candy popcorn is here. This time, I added more cinnamon and toad powder and a little less belladonna. Aren't these colors pretty? I'm certain that eating this will make you dance with joy. Alright, experiment number 48. If it tastes good, I draw a smiley face on the sticky note. Great. Have any products gotten a smiley face yet? We have some soon. Cristillo tosses 2 green popcorn pieces into her mouth. This batch tastes pretty good, but not as good as batch 47. What do you think? 47? Which one was that again? The previous one? The batch that grew blue fur, I think. Oh, those ones. They did look odd, but they certainly tasted the best. Let's go back to that recipe as the starting point, and just from there. I think we still have some left. Oh, they're right here. Sotheby scoops a spoonful of blue popcorn and puts it in her mouth. Oh goodness. Is this a side effect of the sweetness? The churning feeling in her stomach is unbearable. Costello watches Sotheby, wishing she could get out of bed to help her poor friend. And Sotheby, withering on the floor with an abdominal pain, looks up at the ceiling. Huh? Hey, what's happening? Why is everything spinning? Oh no, you ate too much, Miss Sotheby. Do you remember what you added to the batch? Belladonna? Yes, lots of belladonna. Oh goodness, am I on the Auto Island? Am I whizzing head first into the great legend of Typhoon and his mystical kingdom? Costello looks at her friend and then at the blue popcorn on the table. Typhoon's kingdom? Wait for me! She pulls herself out of bed, gently picks up a few pieces of popcorn, and puts them in her mouth. Aha, Typhoon! Whoa, so dizzy. She wobbles around in a circle before collapsing to the ground. She always finds it difficult to let go, but at this moment, she dares to try. Ah, wait. Oh. Oh yes. I see you too. It's Typhoon, the little black doll. It's spinning, Miss Sotheby. It's spinning. Have fun. Yes, Miss Costello. Spinning. So much spinning. From dawn to dusk, the ecosystem in the suitcase changed multiple times. The night light shines into the room, illuminating the tables filled with potions and popcorn samples, the floor piled with experimental instruments, medical supplies, and colorful trash, and the two girls lying among them. To the girls, the ceiling seems like a night sky dotted with a star, and the air smells pleasantly sweet. Their hallucination makes the ordinary intriguing. Honestly, Miss Costello, you're the most knowledgeable person I ever met. I officially declare you to my most admired person, after Typhoon, of course. I'm not all that special. I just have a lot of time to read, given how much time I had spent in my bed. Sincerely flows like water between them. Actually, if you don't mind, I want to tell you something. Of course, I don't mind. Really? Of course, you're my good friend. I wouldn't mind anything from a good friend. Well, actually, before I started helping you with your experiment, I never tasted a snack before. Really? Yes, the nurse always told me that snacks are bad for my health. You never even tried one? Not even one. Wow. I wanted to try them. All of them. The new cinnamon candy, cheese sauce, pizza rolls, and those gummy rings that you can wear on your fingers. Sorry, am I talking too much? I suppose they're all ordinary to you, right? Wow. She pauses. Actually, I'm the same as you. Although I've seen some of them, I've never eaten those snacks either. Miss April, the cook, would follow strict recipes, and Miss Carson recorded everything I ate. They were ever so serious, so I never ate anything that they didn't want me to. So you haven't had any of those snacks either? No. Not even once? No. Costello rolls over. So, When the kids outside say, today we're gonna have the wait. So when the kids outside say, today we're gonna buy butternut candy or cinnamon candy, what do you do? How do you respond? Respond? What are you talking about? No one ever said that to me. Those kids outside never said that to you? Kids outside? Yes, outside the hospital room window. Or outside the room. The kids outside? You know, the kids who laughed and played outside the window every day when you were younger? Sotheby blinks. You mean the goons from Jupiter's army? A meteor streaks across the sky, and dandelion seeds scatter the strength to fly. A secret is stirring in the air. Part 3. Behavior Etiquette. Shh, Mom. There's obviously a secret here. One of us is bound to find it. Sotheby's diary. And now there's a picture of her when she was younger. April 14. Tomorrow's my 7th birthday. I love birthdays. On birthdays, there are big cakes and lots of people, and we all play together. Mr. Carson promised me that when I was turned 7, I could go out to play. Wow, can you imagine it? Going out? Not the door to my room, but the big door to the house. I can't wait. I want to go out now. Anyway, just one more day until I turn 7. I can't wait. Sotheby's diary. April 16. Cloudy. Can you believe it? I actually slept through it. My birthday. I slept through it. I slept through the whole day. What happened? I don't remember a thing. Mr. Carson won't tell me, so I just have to guess. I remember having a dream. In the dream, there were 4-legged beasts screaming. Their feet were covered in mud, and my hands and bodies were covered in mud too. And I remember laughter. Whose laughter is it? Oh, children my age. But why are they laughing? Are they laughing at me? Why are they laughing at me? I understand. They're the young Sakurats, the little ones. I get it. They must be here looking for Thai food. Typhoon wants to defeat the evil Jupiter, and the little Sakurats are Jupiter's henchmen, here to help them fight. Ha! The outside world is indeed dangerous, but it's so interesting. Oh, but Mr. Carson told me that my parents won't let me go outside alone anymore. So, you don't have any real friends? Mission accomplished. Everything appears to be stable in the suitcase. Everyone is either entertaining themselves or resting. Before she could finish speaking, A huge explosion erupts from Sotheby's room. Except for one unit. Thick smoke bellows out the room. The twins come running out of it, laughing. Hey Lisa, and Louise, do you know what Sotheby's is up to? Sorry, today's my turn to patrol the suitcase. Patrol the suitcase? Lisa never heard of that, and Louise has never heard of that either. It's just a personal mission. The important thing is that Miss Sotheby's room safe now? Is there any damages? Miss Sotheby and Miss Curtilla are inventing new popcorn. Popcorn! Are they together? Yes, they're together. Good friends should play together. Right. Good friends should play together. There's nothing wrong with that. The little scout frowns. But Miss Curtillo is so fragile, and Miss Sotheby is the most mischievous child in the camp. She shakes her head in an attempt to dismiss her own worries. I shouldn't think like that. Yes, always look on the bright side. They seem so happy together. Happiness is always a good thing. Happiness is always a good thing. A distant call cuts through their conversation. Excuse me, pardon me, the 50 experimental product is ready. The sound of stumbling feet comes from within the smoke. I guarantee it, this is a perfect formula. The green whirlwind of the girl breaks through the smoke, appearing before her friends. Miss Sotheby, are you still working on that popcorn thing? Popping candy popcorn. Yes, would you like to try some? I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Oh, feel the love. Yes, feel the love. At least Miss Costello will describe it as that way. Eagle takes one from Sotheby. It tastes really good. It has a strong corn flavor. It does taste good, but why are you getting all the corn? There certainly aren't any cornfields in the suitcase. Oh, corn? I don't use any corn. That's the magic of it. It has a strong corn flavor without using corn at all. And I can make people dance, sing, and dream. La la la. Lisa and Louise exchange puzzled looks. You mean you're making popcorn without corn? Yes, I ordered corn essence, cinnamon powder, orange peel, toad powder, belladonna. Wait, belladonna, toad powder. Yes, belladonna makes people happy, and toad powder makes them split colorful balloon bubbles. Aren't they poisonous? Worry starts to overtake her. Poisonous? What are you talking about? I tested it 100 times, and I'm totally fine. It could possibly be poisonous. Sensing that something's off, Sotheby tosses a piece of popcorn into her mouth. She gives a light burp, filling the air with sweet scent. Huh. It tastes good, but it doesn't quite make me want to jump up and down. Eagle looks at the popcorn in her hand, then at Sotheby. She takes a deep breath. Miss Sotheby? Yes? A Ladies' Code of Conduct Revised Edition, Chapter 3, Manners and Etiquette. I Although I like you very much, and you help us all a lot, I still have something I have to tell you. I hope you consider keeping some distance from Miss Costello. What you're doing could be harmful to her health. Air suddenly feels thick. What are you talking about? What I mean to say is that your relation might not be good for Costello as a patient. Sotheby has never been confronted with such doubt. But I assure you, the refined and processed essence I use couldn't even harm a day-old Tesla worm. Always show calm and kindness towards others. There's no way to be sure. All I know is that the timekeeper warns us that her health is very fragile and that we shouldn't interfere with her treatment. Sotheby gives Eagle a wide-eyed stare. Miss Eagle, don't you trust me? Eagle scratches her face, shifting her gaze away from Sotheby. Huh. Lisa doesn't like this. Louise doesn't like this. The twins pout, tugging at each other's sleeve. The two girls stand face to face, either willing to give in to the other. Did I hear mention of the timekeeper? Miss Moessus. Thank goodness, an adult has arrived. Miss Mawson walks over and smiles. Forgive me for eavesdropping. It sounds like you're having a disagreement. Am I right? Miss Mawson questions the girls to ensure she fully understands the situation. After hearing their explanation, she sighs. Perhaps Sotheby might be right. Wait. Perhaps Sotheby. Perhaps they're right. Huh? She looks up at Miss Moses in confusion. Facing this judgment, she sniffs, trying to pull tears from her eyes to gain the adult's sympathy. But adults will always try to reason. I know it's difficult for you to accept right now, but maybe Miss Costello doesn't like being disturbed. Allowing her more time to rest and interrupting her less often is what's best for her right now. How about it, Sotheby? Sotheby's fingers tightly twist up in her skirt. She lowers her head as she tries to control her breathing. Everyone watches in on silent. Eagle frowns, still reflecting on their conversation. Eagle frowns, still reflecting on their conversation. Finally, Sotheby moves. But you don't understand how amazing she is, or what she means to me. She taught me the difference between steak and a cow, even though I always thought they were essentially the same thing. She also taught me what a baby Dilnik is called. It's a frog. 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 She's the most knowledgeable person I ever met. She's incredible. Not a unicorn that has to be protected or some lazy bloatfish that lies around all day. Eagle exchanged a look with Lisa and Louise, thinks for a moment, and then gently speaks. But steak is just meat from a cow, and frogs are always called frogs. It's just common knowledge, isn't it? Common? A hint of confusion flashes across her face. Yeah, they're things we know from birth, right? Oh dear. No, from birth? Yes. There's an awkward pause. Sotheby stands stunned. Alright, well, what if we think about it the other way around? What do you mean to her? Me? She ponders for a moment. I'll tell her stories about Typhoon. Everyone who hears Typhoon's stories is quickly filled with courage. Typhoon? Eagle mutters the name to herself. A wind blows, ushering the silence once again. 2. In social interactions, one must be mindful, moderate, and behave in a decent manner. And what is Typhoon exactly? 3. One must have a stable temper and never vent anger on others. Oh, you're later than usual. Were you having trouble mixing the materials this time? Huh? Oh, yes. She's a bit dazed. Hey, what's wrong? What happened? Costello shakes her IV stand, making a gentle clicking sound. Nothing. Alright, let's begin. Which batch are we on? The 52nd? Okay, let me see. Miss Sotheby? Sotheby spins around the room, as if looking for something. Her skirt sweeps across the table, knocking the glassware on it. The glass tips over, the liquid inside spilling into the floor and making a terrible mess. Miss Sotheby? Sorry, sorry. The overhead light starts to flicker. The two of them looks up in alarm. But it isn't just the light. Every electric device in the room starts to flicker. The desk lamp, the radio, the radiology therapy device. With the last electric device dead, the room plunges into darkness. A power cut. Oh goodness. Is it my eyes? Or has the demon Erto finally arrived? Don't panic, Miss Sotheby. It's not a demon. It's just a power outage. A power outage? You mean a Thunderbird attack? No, nothing that serious. It's just a circuit malfunction. Are you sure? It looks just like one. Oh, Sotheby knows how to deal with Thunderbirds. Sotheby knows. I think you must have spilled the concoction on the plug socket. It probably caused a short circuit. It's not a big deal. It can be fixed soon. Don't worry. Circuits? Short circuit? Wow, you really know a lot. It's nothing, just common knowledge. In the darkness, Sotheby blinks. Common knowledge, you say? Yes, that's right. Like something you know since birth? Something like that, yes. Cotillo gives a small sigh. I spent my whole life surrounded by electric medical devices, you know. I'm familiar with how they work. At night, when I'm alone, I can hear their breathing. The liquids on the floor quickly solidify, and as the power slowly returns, one light after another comes back on. The brief moment of panic is over. In the faint light, a burnt spell lingers in the air. See, Miss Sotheby? Everything's fine now. It's the circuit self-protection mechanism. It only cuts off when there's danger. Miss Sotheby? So, So, you probably don't know who Typhoon is either. The filament on the light above continues to make a noisy electric buzz. What are you talking about? Haven't we been adventuring Typhoon's mystical kingdom together? How could I forget his heroic deed? Maybe it is true. Miss Cristillo doesn't know what Typhoon is either. Hey, what are you talking about? What's wrong? You've been acting strange ever since you came back. And it isn't just Sotheby who feels something wrong. Something is wrong. A familiar feeling overwhelms Cristillo. A bad feeling. At first, it's a dull dizziness. Then her breathing becomes rapid, and her vision starts to darken. She can distinctly feel her body weakening as she begins to lose consciousness. Sotheby. Sotheby. So, is her medical devices like not back on or something? And man, you have to be quicker than that. Alright, I admit it. I'm feeling a bit sad, but I don't know why. Sotheby, can you help me? I know. I know exactly who Typhoon is, but what if others don't? How do I introduce them to them? How do I tell his story? So, Sotheby, what if Typhoon isn't the same to others as he is to me? What if others see things I can't? Sotheby, you're so you don't know what's happening? She needs help. Then how do people become friends? Cristillo. To be continued. 4. Alright, so I'm gonna just take a small break just to refill my tea. Alright, part 4. Communication etiquette. Let's take a moment on this beautiful morning to honor the shy and reserved. Yeah, I was looking at my thing. I like have 2 more days, and so if I finish the story, I'll get to 5 of them. Then I think every 8 hours, I have to go back and to check it because I need at least 10 to get all the bonuses. But I do have all the whatever the thing is that you have to use for remnant stuff. Alright, it looks like her condition has stabilized. This episode might have triggered by a scare, but the biggest issue seems to be that this radioactive machine suddenly lost power. In any case, she needs to rest for now, and we need to ensure that the radioactive device doesn't malfunction again. That's good to hear. It seems we arrived just in the nick of time. This really scared Lisa. This really scared Louise. None of us have ever seen her have an episode like that before. We were really at a loss. Unfortunately, this apple cannot produce apple juice. So what can we do to help her regain her health? We just have to wait for now. Perhaps Miss Sotheby will have some good ideas. Please excuse this apple's excess of concern. Miss Sotheby? Sotheby is leaning on the bed, her face so close to Costello that her breath is making her hair flutter on her forehead. Are you sure she'll wake up if we just wait? Her voice sounds cautious. That's how it worked the last few times. But she sounds like a trapped two-horned beast. You're right, she looks uneasy. Maybe conventional mission isn't ideal for her. I think she needs something specific to her condition. But we don't know what her illness is. It's a congenital condition. There's no other case like this in the world. Not exactly cancer, but something similar to that type of illness, of course. This is just this apple's assessment. It's the Coochie Bun Bun disease. Her deciphering words falls like a coin to the ground. The Coochie Bun Bun disease? It's obvious. She needs an injection of pain-relieving dew twice a day and should take 3 total eggs calcium tablets. The red ones will have to be cut in half and eaten in 2 doses. Hair loss, peeling on skin, they're all clear signs of the Coochie Bun Bun disease. After a brief awkward silence, they decide to ignore this unheard of term. Right, we really don't know what her illness is. Maybe we just don't know her that well. Lisa doesn't understand. Louise doesn't understand. A hint of confusion flickers in Sotheby's eyes. Huh? A cautious yet crucial inquiry. No, that's not what I meant. I don't mean we don't play with her often. I mean, you see, we do like each other, but we're afraid of breaking the glass. Afraid of breaking the glass. Right. We're afraid of bumping into her or knocking her over. Like, well, like now. Danger, danger. The scout manual says we mustn't harm our teammates, whether intentionally or unintentionally. We must protect our teammates as much as possible, including from accidents. Indeed, we tend to arrange fewer field missions for her. We also installed a number of safety features in her room to stop her from falling or having sudden episodes. We also installed a number of safety features in her room to stop her from falling or having sudden episodes. Yes, we've been doing our best to ensure her health and safety. After all, her body's not quite like that of an ordinary person. It's not a difficult concept to understand. Fragile things must be well protected. People have always set such rules. No matter how simple the logic, for a child who is persistent to the point of stubbornness, it isn't so easy to grasp. It warrants a long and thoughtful contentment in her own way. Oh, I see. That's why she says she wants to go outside and wants to eat snacks with everyone. She wants to eat those delicious butternut candy, cinnamon sweets, and the cheese sauce that makes you joyful and ticklish. Sotheby looks at Costello lying on the bed. So, you don't really have many friends, do you? So, you don't really have many friends, do you? The Lady Code of Conduct, Revised Edition, Chapter 4, Conversational Etiquette. One must always be neutral in speech, avoid harsh and extreme words, and conceal any overly strong emotions. Friends, you will have good friends. Riscatello, you will wake up, and you will eat the most delicious snacks in the world, and you will have the most friends of anyone there ever was. Sotheby takes a deep breath. Miss Verton. Sotheby wishes to apply for an application outside the suitcase. The purpose of it is to gather ingredients for the cure for the Cushibamba disease. I know the recipe for it. I need a tongue of a wild Dale cow, a hoof of an extremely dangerous four-legged beast, one not at all spicy Jamaican powder, and an ever-flying, never-dying immortal flower. They're all easy to find, but sadly, I don't have any of them here. So Sotheby hopes first Verton can approve her application. May I please be allowed to venture outside the suitcase to find these minerals? Then I can cure Miss Castillo. Outside the suitcase, Miss Mawson takes a deep breath. In the past, your materials were always procured by the manor servants. They might not even exist. Sotheby blinks. Don't worry, Miss Mawson. I'll find them. Sotheby glances down at Typhoon, who is tied around her waist. Typhoon smiles back at her. So be it. I agree. Timekeeper. A sincere reminder. Timekeeper, even though we now have the Equilibrium umbrella to deal with the storm, there are plenty of other dangers out there. True. Perhaps she isn't as obvious to the outside world as we think. After all, she diagnosed Cristilla's illness, didn't she? Something none of us could do. Nonsense! Oh, sorry. This apple is trying to convince himself, but unfortunately failed. The Coochie Bun Bun disease? Yes, the Coochie Bun Bun disease. But that's not even a recorded illness. Maybe not, but Verton seems reluctant to say more. She turns to Sotheby. Now, Sotheby, go ahead. You have my permission to leave the suitcase so you can gather the materials you need. Really? I can go? Yes. Hooray! Sotheby feels an unprecedented surge of energy. But for your safety, there are some things you must remember. I'm afraid we won't be able to assign more people to accompany you. So remember to keep your tracking device with you at all times. You have 6 hours time limit. When the 6 hours are over, whether you gather all the ingredients or not, you must return to the suitcase. At that time, Sonata will pick you up based on the tracker's location, so don't worry about making your way back. Lastly, always carry the Equilibrium umbrella. If there is a sign of a storm, contact us immediately and return to the suitcase. Sotheby frowns as she listens, giving a serious nod, but from time to time, even after Verton finishes, she remains absorbed in the instructions, appearing somewhat dazed. A brand new solo adventure. Yes, this time it's just you. So, are you ready? Sotheby blinks and takes a deep breath. I understand. Sotheby is ready. 2. Maintain eye contact and a sincere smile when engaging in conversation, as a smile can enhance one's influences. I'm going to find the real corn to make real popcorn. Set right up. Come get your Easter goods. We got them all. At a fair price. The street is thick with activities. The crowd is bustling between sellers carting their goods, a hawker laden with leather bags, wine jugs, a colorful plastic hairpin and jewelry, and eagerly selling the lackluster wares. Hey you! No, don't just look and leave. Do you know that the world's first edible Easter bunny was made from the Germans in the 16th century? We make bunnies out of chocolate now, but the original was all sugar. Oh, and did you know that the bunny is actually the pet of a goddess, Estrel? Haha. And the goddess pet is made of chocolate. Ain't that something? Come on up and get one, kid. Hey, come on, it's chocolate. What kind of kid doesn't love chocolate? Hey, I'm not a kid, and don't touch my head. Oh, my apology, my lady. You're done up so nicely. I should have known that you were no ordinary girl. The hawker sized up Sotheby. Well, an elegant and beautiful lady such as yourself surely wouldn't want to leave Walker's Land Avenue empty-handed. How about an Easter bunny? Or maybe hot cross buns and Easter eggs with a custom design. Thank you for your kind introduction, but I'm looking for something. Do you know where I can find the immortal flower? What? Is this some kind of joke? Haha. An immortal flower. Don't tell me you don't know it. It's our mightiest little guardian, with branches bearing thousands of grains like fruit. Well, I guess you'll find something like that in the forest. The hawker hands begin to move suddenly. You're right, then. I suppose I should look in the forest. Can you point me to the direction of the nearest one? Or the countryside? The wilds? Do you know how to get there? A pearl earring set from a ruby falls into his palm. Oh, the nearest way to the countryside? Let me think. The pearl necklace slips from her neck. The nearest countryside area, that would be Grey Dog Hill. You can take a cab to the train station from there. Then, it's just one stop away. Of course, if you prefer, you can ride in one of our carts. How does that sound, my lady? My horse will have you there in only 3 hours. 3 hours? No, that won't do at all. The hawker hands reaches for Sotheby's watch. If you want to get there faster, we do have motorized vehicles, but it'll cost you. That's no problem. Hey Libby. A stony-faced, hunchbacked little man wearing a flat cap comes over, looking rather unhappy. The hawker definitely unfastens Sotheby's watch and slips it into his wine bag. Then it gives a signal to the one called Libby. Libby understands immediately. So this little lady wants to go to Greyhound Hill, huh? That's right. Then it's easy to get to. You're trying to get there within an hour? Yes. Let me think. This one's a tough nut. Ain't easy to find a rig in the city that can go that fast. I mean, Green Dog Hill, that's real far off. We usually take a day to prepare for a trip out there. As Libby speaks, the hawker has already started picking the ornaments from Sotheby's belt. Please, this is ever so important to me. Immortal flowers only grow in the grassland. It's the only place I can get one. I'll pay you lots and lots of money. Libby and the hawker exchange a glance. Alright, come on lady, let's take the motor car. It's a cemetery. Alright, we're here. The nearly broken down vehicle shudders for a moment. Then with a puff of sauce, it stops with a clatter. Wonderful! How can I possibly thank you? Here, take my jewelry. You can have it all. Well, alright then. Libby rubs his hand, unexpected in his eyes. Sotheby touches her ears, then neck, wrist, and waist. As Libby watches her, her expression grows increasingly suspicious. That's strange. Wasn't I wearing them when I left? You mean you ain't got no money? No, you see, this is just a misunderstanding. It's not that I don't have any money. I can have money, I just... So I bought you all the way out this way for nothing? Anger is bubbling in Libby's voice. A small man slowly gets to his feet. His shadow grows longer and longer, until it looks like a giant beech tree. Wow. So, you're also an arcanist? You think you can push me around cause I'm small, pal? Huh? You better watch yourself, little lady. Either you hand over some proper jewelry, or I'll teach you a lesson you won't forget. Goodness, sir. You're being very rude indeed. The giant shadow grows closer and closer. Sotheby can hear her heartbeat in her chest. Bodyguards!
Wow. So many things that I haven't seen.
Let's see...
What's this? What's that? Typhon won't give up his friends. Neither will Sotheby. What's this? I know what this is. Typhon won't give up his friends. Neither will Sotheby. This is the gift, well prepared for you. What's that? This is my best formula. I tripled the ingredients this time. It seems to be mixed up. This should be... I've already said that Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
Wow, I won. I really won. All by myself. Nobody can make Sotheby the great potion alchemist surrender. The girl revels in her victory. You ugly, stupid witch. I hope your stomach rots and maggots crawl out your eyes. How incredibly rude. He'll never be a gentleman with that kind of behavior. Sotheby brushes the dust off her clothes and peers into the distance. A few old houses stand in the distance. It looks like a farm. It looks like a good place to ask. Maybe they'll know where I can find a mortal flower. Oh, and they have an orchard. I might find a Del Cowtongue here in there too. What a great idea. The clever Sotheby fears nothing. Huh? Where did Miss Furton's tracker go? Wonder if that kid stole it too. So part 5, dressing etiquette. Running and skipping along through a burn and a familiar return, embracing immeasurable transcendence. I'm surprised they don't have like a countdown tracker on the side. Like how much time she has left. Timekeeper, we lost contact with Sotheby's tracking device 2 hours ago. Where was the last infrared signal received? In a small town called Willogby. It took the Liberal to look into its history. The most notable recent report is about a racetrack shooting incident 3 years ago. The report states that an armed assailant returned to the venue and shot and killed everyone sitting in the VIP section with a 7.62mm caliber bullet. Despite the high-profile nature of the crime, the assailant was never caught, and the case remained unsolved. The assailant wasn't caught on the spot? No. And there were no fingerprints or trace be left behind? No. All investigate leads is the spinning went cold. The victims were all wealthy businessmen from other towns. The family jointly sued the local police department, accusing of sealing the perpetrator, but the court didn't rule in their favor. It's a poor town with an extreme aversion to outsiders. This incident highlighted the tension between the townspeople and wealthy outsiders. No one in the town ever even wants to find the perpetrator. In fact, they believe they will do their best to cover for each other, because any one of them could be the killer. Timekeeper, I'm worried that the situation might spiral out of control. Hello, is anyone home? I'd like to ask you a question. Several pairs of eyes peek through the cracks in the various windows, doors, and drafty wooden boards. They all stare at the girl. Hey, I know you're home. I know you can hear me. The eyes remain unmoved. I'm ever so sorry to disturb you, but I want to ask if anyone sees an immortal flower, or a Jamaican pepper, or Dale cow tongue. I really need to find them to heal my friends. The guys glance at each other. Then, there is a sound of movement inside the house. Where are you from? Where am I from? I'm from the suitcase. I'm from the Great Sotheby's Manor. Yes, my name is Sotheby. Sotheby? Murmurs break out inside the house. That rich guy? The potion making family? Ah, you liar! The murmuring stops. Sotheby swallows nervously. Come in, child. The little scout nervously twiddles her thumbs. Miss Sotheby will be okay, won't she? Ahem. Is it too late for this apple to raise an objection now? Timekeeper, should we send someone out to find her? Timekeeper. It's not time yet. So did she get into a trap? So your friend's sick, and you need to gather ingredients to help her. Yes, exactly. The old TV showing a fuzzy Saturday Night Family broadcast. Crackles in the background. The paint is peeling off the fiberboard wall. The sound of stew bubbling on the stove, mixed with the police sirens on the TV, creates an ominous atmosphere. I see. You must be a very kind child to do all that. Coffee? A grease-stained glove offers a cup. The scorched, thick substance inside is almost unrecognizable. Oh, thank you. Let me in because you know where I can find an immortal flower, right? It's the most difficult ingredient I need for my potion. Once I find it, I will get the others in a jiffy. Wow, this coffee tastes really strange. My apologies, but may I ask what you added to it? A few nutritious items. My children believe we should serve our guests the best. Out of the shadow rose a wheelchair carrying an elderly woman. It's a little sour. Ha, it's what we country folks drinks. Of course you wouldn't be used to it. The elderly woman spits on the floor near Sotheby's feet. Oh, no, of course not. As if to prove something, Sotheby gulps down the rest of the coffee. The elderly woman gives a satisfied smile. My children will like you. Thank you very much. Now, can you tell me about the immortal flower? Immortal flower? We know about those. My children will tell you. Thank you, but where's your child? I haven't seen anyone. Wait a moment, Heel. 3 boys of the same age runs down the stairs, carrying something covered with a black cloth. Stinky head. Stinky head. Stinky head. The 3 boys shouts as they slam whatever is covered in the black cloth onto the table in front of Sotheby. Then they jump onto the nearby sofa and sit cross-legged. Hello. It sounds like gnawing mice comes from under the black cloth. Startled, Sotheby takes turns to look at it. Hey! Something soft with a foul stench flies towards Sotheby's head.
I'm in danger.
Hey Ginger, Fox, VT, how's everything? How are you today? I'm doing pretty well. Still, a little bit, well, a little bit better, but I'm still like kind of sick. I'm still coughing and stuffy nose. So, trying my best to you know, get through the story. A smelly sock from one of the boys. The boy's now bare foot is hanging in the air as leisurely watches Sotheby. You, I'm a guest. You can't throw socks in my face. Shut up, sticky head. Sotheby's face turns bright red. I'm not you. The elderly woman stands up from her seat, walks over to the 3 boys, and slaps each one hard across the face. Smack, smack, smack. Oh my, there's no need to do that. Please don't hit them on my account. The elderly woman sits back down, spinning in the boy's direction. May I ask, do any of you know where I might find the immortal flower? The 3 boys remain silent. What? What are you asking? The immortal flower? Ask my child, little apple. I am, but they're not answering me. The elderly woman clicks her tongue, lights the pipe, and extinguishes the match with a flick. A cloud of glary smoke stirs her face. Ah. Choked laughter squeezes through her nose. She hunts over. Her hands struggle to turn the wheel of her wheelchair as she maneuvers around the seat. She places her hand on the black cloth covering the container of the table. Not those three brats. This is my child. Wait, what? She pulls off the cloth to reveal a glass container. A human head with unblinking eyes is floating inside. I understand now. It must be my fault because... Timekeeper, only 1 hour left. I know. We should start preparing to rescue plan. I'll begin a search based on the last known location. Timekeeper, what's wrong? I'd like to wait a little longer. The tension rises, but a clear voice cuts through the serious atmosphere. Timekeeper, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I said some bad things to Miss Sotheby. She must have wanted to go outside because of me. A scout should never leave a scoutmate in danger. I violated the rules of the scout manual, and I'm ready to accept my punishment. What are you talking about? But the little scout seems unwilling to explain further. Her voice is trembling. I'm worried. Miss Sotheby, she might already be... The only woman leans against the glass container, gazing effectively at the head inside. My dear child, we finally have our own little money bank. What? The elderly woman gets down from her wheelchair, limps over to the kitchen cabinet, and pulls out a rifle. Tell those fools from Sismore Road we caught a rich little girl. Let's see how much we can squeeze out of her. You can't do this. The police will come and arrest you. The police? The room bursts in laughter. We prefer the term dogs for those fools at Sismore Road. The elderly woman raises her rifle, aiming the dark barrel of the 7.62 millimeter caliber injection gun directly at Sotheby. She's weaker.
Wow, so many things that I haven't seen.
Stay calm, Sotheby. Stay calm. Think about what the bodyguard would do. You're facing a real gun right now. The only thing you need to do is be faster than it. The Bruxelles los. Well done, Sotheby. She lost her gun. Now. Oh, what's this feeling? Oh, I feel dizzy. Fool, you drank the old cow's coffee. What? Oops. Is it really that powerful? What's in the recipe? You. Oh, so I can't do my special.
What's that? What's this? The ingredients store owner said it was very effective. I tripled the ingredients this time. Ow!
Got our own poison. Oh wait. 1, 2. Alright, so it's
What's that? What's this? Ow! What's that? This is my best formula. It seems to be mixed up. It should be fine, right?
running away, guys. We're fighting the old hag.
What's that? This is my best formula. What's this? This is my best formula. It seems to be mixed up. This should be fine, right? His friends. Neither will Sotheby. Bodyguards! Where are the bodyguards? What's this? What's that? I tripled the ingredients this time. Bodyguards! Where are the bodyguards?
We survived.
Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
She got away! Her mad screams echoes through the valley. Sotheby runs at full speed without so much of a glance backwards. The crazed old woman quickly reloads her rifle. Bullets strike through the air towards Sotheby's retreating figure. Bang! Bang! The 7.62mm caliber bullets whiz through the withered glass, skimming the hem of Sotheby's dress. It looks like it's about to rain. The scent of soil fills her nostrils as the sticky ground makes her steps increasingly heavy. Her legs give way as she slips in the mud. She's here! A whistle quickly directs the footstep of his brothers. By the time Sotheby comes to her senses, the three boys have caught up to her, circling her like hyenas. Why are you chasing me? I only wanted to ask a simple question. One of the boys squats down, grabbing Sotheby's beautiful tied hair with one hand. The three boys laugh together. She asked me why? She asked you why? We don't have a reason. Did you hear that? We don't have a reason. It's just for fun. 4 words. It's just for fun. Sotheby cannot comprehend such an idea. Sotheby's diary. April 15. I can hear the laughter again. The laughter of the little Serocrats. It started again. I asked them why they're laughing like that. I told them how very rude and uncomfortable it is. And they said it's just for fun. Sono Swift. The three boy smiles, freezes. Sotheby pulls herself off the ground. Her dress is torn. The tattered fabric drags on the ground, covered in dirt. Just for fun. Frugal burned. The flame starts small, but soon grows. Flames rise from the boy's feet, illuminating their terrified face in its amber glow. There's a rumble of thunder. Rain is coming. The flame burns fiercely. This scene, it feels like I've seen it before. Just 10 more minutes. Timekeeper, I prepared these portable floppy disks for you. This should aid you in your search. Huh. The flames climbs the grass and up the pant legs of the boys. Even the pouring rain can't stop its growth. The rain falls and the fire rises. As Sotheby stands watching, the hummer dress also catches fire. I knew it. Mr. Carson must have lied to me. How could I step through it all? So the cries in my neighbors are from the four-legged beasts and the children outside the window that Casilla mentioned. I played with them. Yes, it was on that birthday. I remember it all now. Dirt, rain, and the host of the four-legged beasts trampling me and their laughter. Turns out there are many kinds of laughter, and not all are friendly. The flames continue to rise. They have reached her waist. This fire is better than any fire. Better than the fire in the Christmas Eve fireplace, the fire in the snow-covered villa, the fire at the tea dance, and the fire at the Toscana concert. It's a real fire, one that will devour everything. Huh. It seems having good memory isn't always a good thing. Sotheby pulls herself out of her memory and looks at the three boys in front of her. She sighs in relief, a smile on her face. Flames extinguish. Petrification release. The boys flee in panic. The screams echo through the valley. It's unlikely they will ever bully anyone again. The rain is still falling, soaking Sotheby's head and shoulders. Her knees are muddy, and her arms are scratched and bleeding. She looks towards the ashen sky, where the bright ray of sunlight is struggling to break through the clouds. Oh, I almost forgot. My Easter chocolate. She pulls out the chocolate from her pocket. It's drenched. Haha. Happy Easter! She seems to remember something. She blinks and smiles. Huh? Isn't today also my birthday? Walkerland Avenue. Timekeeper, I found her tracker. I asked the man selling Easter eggs nearby. He said he saw a girl in a green dress heading towards Great Dog Hill. Let's go. Yes, it's time. A disheveled-looking Sotheby bursts through the crowd market on the back of a horse, trampling various crafts in the progress. Oh dear, I'm ever so sorry. I'm sure to pay you back. And you as well. Oh, this was truly exquisite. I'll cost you a tenfold. What? Are you talking about my four-legged beast? It's very well behaved. I'll make apologies to you too. Timekeeper, is that... Yes. Suddenly, Sonata blinks. Timekeeper, are you smiling? Oh, Miss Fairton, Miss Sonata, have you been waiting for me? She pulls her rings tightly. Her hat is half missing and crooked. Her sleeves are stained with blood, and her skirt is charred and tattered. She's in rags, but her smile is joyful. Whoa! The horse comes to a steady stop in front of them, breathing heavily through its large nostrils. Sotheby gently strokes its head. Thank you, little one. Thank you for bringing me back. She looks up, and an intimidating eagle reports loudly. Miss Verton, my exploration outside the suitcase is complete. I gathered all the ingredients needed to treat Miss Costello's condition. And I got corn seeds too. The Ladies' Code of Conduct Revised Edition, Chapter 5, Dressing Etiquette. One must maintain a neat and tidy appearance and avoid dirtying or damaging clothes. In the case of an accident, change promptly. Alright, so I think this is the last one, since there are only 6 parts. So part 6, the 6th Etiquette. Give me a lumberjack song, so I can find all the partners around the world. So the part with part 5 is, I'm wondering, like, because we found out who the killer is the one, she somehow got to the killer's house, because I'm guessing the old lady was the killer from that 3 years ago at the racetrack. So I'm not sure what if anything happened or if they caught anything, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if they're probably back at the suitcase, but we'll see. So it's Sotheby's dream. A cotton swab dipped in iodine is gently pressed on Sotheby's wounds. Ah, oh, ouch! Miss, please bear with me for a moment. I'll be over soon. Oh no, I didn't mean it. It doesn't hurt. Keep going. Moonlight streams through the floor-length window and into a quiet room. The gentle sound of a piano fills the air. I admit, music can distract from and alleviate pain. But even the most moving melody loses its charm when played repeatedly. Miss, perhaps you should try a different piece. But I like playing this one. In that case, you need to learn a new piece. I assure you, you you enjoy playing something new. Ouch. I do apologize, Miss Sotheby. Does the potion sting? Miss Carson. Yes, my lady. If this tiny wound hurts this much, what does it feel like to die? Huh. That's a good question, and you asked the right person. Are you afraid of death? I wasn't afraid before. It was just a nightmare, a darkness of long sleep. And now? Now? I'm a little scared. Why? Because it'll take my friends away. Like they'll fall asleep and never wake up. Alright, switch hands. Sotheby extends her other hand, and Mr. Carson gently applies the cotton swab to the wound on it. Ultimately, you're afraid of loneliness. I'm not afraid of loneliness. Sotheby is not afraid of loneliness. It's quite alright, my lady. No one wants to be lonely. But loneliness is not a monster. It's not enough to overwhelm a person. There are many people in the world who have done wrong in their lives. And oftentimes, they don't even know what they do, why they do it. But ultimately, it's because they're afraid of being lonely. But the fact is, loneliness isn't that scary. Just as all monsters have an Achilles heel, loneliness has its remedy. What is it? I think you may already know the answer, my lady. He puts down the cotton swab and carefully inspects Sotheby's wounds. I'm afraid I have to go now. I'll come and see you next time. I'm sure that by then you'll be even more trustworthy, young lady. Did I fall asleep? A light knock raps on the door before it creeps open. Can I come in? Oh, it's you, of course. The little scout slowly shuffles in. Miss Sotheby, how's that potion coming along? Oh, the potion? Yes, it's all finished. These are the test tubes over there. Sotheby privately raises her head as she shows her friends her masterpiece. I already gave Miss Costello a little bit. Once she wakes up, she can drink some more, and it'll work even better. Eagle stands by the door, wanting to come closer but feels too timid to do so. Sotheby strides over to Eagle, takes her hand, and leads her to the experimental table. She taps the test tubes. Listen, don't they make the prettiest sound? Ding ding dang dong. Boop boop dee doo. Such bright melodies. Eagle gently reaches out a finger and like Sotheby, gently taps the test tubes. They sway like wind chimes, producing a series of crisp sounds. Do you like it? I love doing this on a quiet night. It's so much fun. Yeah, I like it. It's just interesting. She smiles slightly, but behind her eyes, it's clear to see that she has something to say. Sotheby looks at Eagle, places the test tubes aside, and sits back on the bed, swinging her legs. Well, Miss Eagle, I still want to play with her. I want to be with my friends forever and ever. She lowers her eyes. No, She plays with her fingers anxiously, not knowing what to say. I'm actually here to apologize. After you left, I kept thinking about what I said to you before. You see, I shouldn't have said those things to you. Not just about hoping you wouldn't play with her, but many, many other things too. I don't even know why I said it. Maybe because I also want to be friends with you, but I don't know how. Sotheby opens a small tin box that she pulls from her cabinet. Try this. When you described a Papa Rock rainbow candy to me before, I thought, wouldn't it be nice if there was candy that, after eating it, you see a rainbow? Sotheby puts one in her mouth as well, and the two of them chew together. They chew and chew, and chew and chew some more. They're a bit tough, aren't they? The two looks at each other. Sotheby is wincing, her hands on her aching jaw. They giggle. Hey, I see it. There's the rainbow. Eagle points to the ceiling. There's nothing there. 1, 2, 3, 7. Just like Helmden said, 7 colors. The two of them tilt their head back, grinning at the empty ceiling. Look, it's time. Look, it's Typhoon. He's walking on the Rainbow Bridge. Hey, where's he going? Someone's stopping him. Who is that? That's Helmdale, the great hero who guards the Rainbow Bridge. He's giving Typhoon directions. Where's Typhoon going? He's going to battle with Jupiter and his army. Who's Jupiter? Oh, he's a really bad man. His minions are always giving Typhoon trouble. They even come to bother me, but I managed to drive them off. Wow, that's amazing. I hereby present you, Lady Sotheby, Captain of the Typhoon Army and leader of the victorious battle against Jupiter's army, with his first-class Medal of Honor. The little scout wobbles as she sits up, unpinned the badge from her chest, and suddenly puts pins into Sotheby's dress. It is my honor, Commander. Sotheby wobbles as she sits up and gives Eagle a less than perfect salute. Eagle adjusts Sotheby's hand to the correct salute position, then lies back down. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. The two laugh together. The night is still long. The Ladies' Code of Conduct Revised Edition, Chapter 6. So we're in the hall and the suitcase. The result of Costello's examination are in. The conjugal dysfunction caused a temporary infection, which led to her fainting. No plant toxin has been found in her body. So the popcorn wasn't toxic at all? We shouldn't have worried so much. She immediately measured the herbal ingredients, ensuring that it will cause no harm to humans. If there was any effects at all, it's probably just a slight pleasant hallucination. There's no denying that she's skilled in managing toxins. The elk cow tongue isn't a part of a fictional creature, but the arcane herb known as Dye Pearl Grass is used in basic potions for healing and good luck. The hoof of a four-legged beast is just a horse hoof, and Jamaican pepper is also known as allspice. Finally, an immortal flower is actually a naturally growing arcane plant called Thousand Spike Crop. It's used in some unusual rituals. She has her own understanding of things, but that doesn't mean the things she mentioned don't exist. Although it won't cure Castillo's condition, the potion will make her much more comfortable, and she won't faint anymore. As they speak, a little head peeps out from the well. Miss Fairton, Miss Sonata, come over here. The little scout presses her finger to her lip. With deliberate lowered voices, the children seem to be preparing something, either a prank or a surprise. What's the matter, Eagle? A large feathered hat also peeks out from the wall. Their two little heads are stacked one on top of the other. They both frown, their eyes bright and their expressions serious. Shh, come here, and turn off the lights. Walk softly, hurry up. It feels like she has been in the dark for eternity. As consciousness returns to her body, the pale girl slowly sits up, her hands on her forehead. The emptiness of the room makes her shudder. Before she slept, she was in the middle of a chaos, and now that she's woken up, she's alone again. Where am I? Oh, this is my room. I'm in my room. It's so quiet. Nothing like my dreams. Shh, it's a bit cold. Is the window open? Did someone come in? Sotheby, that's right. I remember now. She was talking to me, but I couldn't hear her. Then I can't remember a thing. Ha. Seems like I fainted again. She lowers her head and sighs softly. It's so quiet. At night, when everyone else is asleep, I'm awake. And when everyone is awake, I'm asleep. Huh. Maybe I scared her. Should I apologize? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry for the suddenly fainting. It's not like I haven't tried that before. Apologies don't work. Everyone leaves eventually, and I'll be alone once again. You scared her. She won't want to spend time with you anymore. She sits in a familiar silence. Alright, now let me see if I can close this window. She struck. She struggles to prop herself up. As she turns, looking down at her feet dangling off the end of the bed, she noticed something. A small black creature has popped its head out from under the bed. Ah, what is that? It climbs onto the bed. A apologetic look on its face. Grabs her hand in the nervous attempt to comfort her. Are you Typhoon? The little black creature nods instantly, points to the window, and hops over to close it. Thank you, Typhoon. Did Sotheby send you? Typhoon nods. Where is she? Does she not want to see me? Typhoon shakes his head frantically. It points outside the room. Is she out there? Typhoon doesn't reply. It jumps down from the windowsill and hurries back to Crystilla's bedside, nearly stepping on its own tail on the way. Taking a deep breath, Typhoon begins to grow larger. What are you doing? Hey! It doesn't respond, only growing larger and larger. Soon it is so large that its inflated body starts to push Crystilla's bed towards the door. Where are you taking me? Typhoon? I never left my room. Just give me a moment to prepare. Hey, Typhoon, don't scare me. Everyone's asleep. We shouldn't disturb. Don't! The little black creature continues to mentally push Christilla's bed all the way down the hallway. She has to cling to its side to balance herself. The door bursts open. There's a flash of white light, followed by a sudden brief dizziness. Then above her head. Then above her head comes to the continuous sound of popping. They're not loud like an explosion, but gentle and fragrant like a flower bursting open. Pop, pop, pop. The air is quickly filled with sweet aroma. It's popcorn, right? Miss Cristillo! Cristillo! The pale girl opens her eyes. Miss Cristillo, come and try some. Come and try some. This is popping candy popcorn. I made it with real corn this time. Corn? Did you find corn? A cornfield? Sotheby got some corn seeds from outside the suitcase, so we allocated a piece of land in the wilderness to grow them on. We used a growth potion to hasten the growing process. You should also thank Miss Ego. She came up with the brilliant idea of adding pepper candy to the popcorn. It's even more delicious now. The little scout blushes as he offers Cristillo a handshake. Cristillo smiles and takes her hand. Their hands shake firmly. Experiment number 53 is successful. You can draw a smiley face on the sticky note now, Miss Cristillo. The popcorn is falling like flower petals. Lisa has grabbed a lot. Louise has grabbed a lot. The blue one tastes like a dream. The pink ones are the best. They're like flowers. Wait, no. The green ones are my favorite. The apple prefers the red one. They conjure up the image of parchment and the crackling fire, something that you want to revisit on a winter night with the thrilling works of Christopher Marlowe. Timekeeper, may I? Try this one. You'll love it. This snack is nothing like I ever tasted. You can definitely tell it wasn't made in any ordinary factory. Really? That's great. Sotheby, a sparkle in her eyes, raises her head and shouts with joy. Sotheby is so happy. The feather on the top bobs softly as she makes her way around the group. Miss Cristillo, you simply must try this. She hands over a piece of golden popcorn. Cristillo takes it and puts it in her mouth. This is popcorn. Yes, this is popcorn. Popping candy popcorn. Yes, popping candy popcorn. It's sweet. Yes. It's sweet. The Lady Code of Conduct, Revised Edition, Chapter 6. If one is to fail the aforementioned etiquette, it is of no matter, because there is one etiquette that makes all others pale in comparison. One that is learned the moment one is born. The Ladies' Code of Conduct, Revised Edition, Chapter 6. Caring for others. One must care for others, in joy or sorrow, misunderstanding or anger. Indeed, one must never stop caring for those around oneself. Although love cannot save us from the fate of death, it can allow us to imagine an eternal kingdom placed without loneliness. Well, it seems our story has come to an end, but this is just one of many stories of a little lady making new friends. It seems that she is becoming a true lady, isn't she? Yes, a very, very good lady indeed. And that's the end of Sotheby's Anecdote quest. That's what we got. Oh, well, that was just okay. And then innocent child to speed up the remnants. Okay. A lone figure to speed up the remnants. So once these are done, I think 3 more will pop up, and then I have to have 8 hours to do it before the event ends. So I could gather, what's this? Oh, a side cube. Wait. Oh, side cube for... Is that Kikanyas? Oh, no. It might be Sotheby, right? I don't know. Yeah, not sure.
A rainy day like this reminds me of those days when I was manning a stall. Umbrellas, coffee, and hot dogs were the top 3 sellers when it rained out there.
Okay, so... Oh, there it is. That's what we had to collect.